Well, I was born down in the Southland 20-some odd years ago.
I am now at peace.
Simply Done, Episode 3, coming to you from Winter Park, Florida. We have some wonderful dishes today. We have seared salmon, going to be topped with some orange glazed shrimp, paired with a Parmesan pasta salad and steamed broccoli with sesame seeds. And then we're also going to be making a delicious pasta bake. The pasta bake is going to have the same shrimp, the same seared salmon, and we're going to even cook the same noodles. So it's going to be very easy and delicious. You're going to be impressed. We have a crowd with us today. So, Nicole, if you want to pan on over and get a shot of these fine folk.
Hi.
When you're making these wonderful dishes, you can do many things ahead of time. You can marinate your salmon, but what I highly recommend is you go ahead and cook your pasta noodles. That way you don't have to do it in the mess of your making dinner and your dish for the next day. I'm simply today going to use rigatoni because it's a nice versatile pasta that works well as a pasta salad as well as a baked dish. Rasta pasta man! Some people like to add oil to their water before they add their pasta. I don't add oil to my water because personally I think it's a waste. A lot of people do it to break the surface tension on the water, which will keep the water from boiling over if you can't keep a close eye on it, keeping it stirred. The common myth of putting oil in your pasta to help lubricate your pasta so your pasta doesn't stick together, it's just that. It's a myth. It's wrong! It's a waste! The only way to keep your pasta from sticking together is to keep it stirred, and once it comes out of the water, that's when you want to add just a little bit of oil to help keep it lubricated and keep those starches from sticking together. Don't forget, you always want to salt your pasta water before you put your pasta in. You want your pasta water to taste about like seawater. That's going to help to ensure that you get nice flavorful pasta once it comes out of the water. Don't forget, it's very important to keep your pasta stirred while it's cooking. My pasta is now cooked all the way. It's cooked, but it's not too soft because we are going to bake it again. So now I'm going to strain it. Be sure not to burn yourself because steam burns are bad. With the pasta bake, you have a couple of options. You can either put everything together hot and bake it right away, or you can cool your noodles, add all your ingredients cold, pop it in the refrigerator for a couple of days, and cook it tomorrow, or even the next day. It'll still taste fantastic. Just a little bit of olive oil and give it a stir. That's going to keep it from sticking together as we prepare the rest of our ingredients. This is an extra step, but it's still simple. If you want to add some extra key flavor to that seafood pasta, simply roast your shrimp shells and then pop them in some water. Boil them down, and then you're going to have shrimp flavored water, otherwise known as shrimp stock. If this part scares you, just don't do it! We'll add milk to that, cream cheese, sour cream, and goat cheese, and that's going to be the sauce for our seafood pasta bake. The broccoli that we are going to use in both the dishes can be cut the same way. You want to make sure and cut it small enough so that you don't have these huge hunk of pieces in your pasta bake. Next, we're going to blanch our broccoli. The purpose of blanching is to preserve the color in your ingredients. The key to blanching is to put it into a large amount of boiling water, and then you're going to want to take it out into an ice bath. That's going to help preserve the color of our broccoli, so when we cook it in our pasta bake, it's not going to turn brown. Our broccoli is now fully cooked, and you can see it still has lots of color, and it has lots of flavor. That is going to be perfect. FaceTime. Yes, me good.
We have broccoli. Simply Done, take 1,462. Oh wait, do that again. Don't forget to marinate your shrimp. We're going to do it in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a couple cloves of garlic. It's going to make it delicious with the salmon. Let's catch you up to speed with what we've done so far. We've marinated our shrimp, we've cooked our pasta, and we've blanched our broccoli.
It's delicious!
The next thing we want to do to keep this dish moving right along is combine all our components to our seafood pasta bake. You want to make sure that all the cheeses you have are brought to room temperature first. It's going to help make everything mix together nice and cheesy. We want to assemble the ingredients for our pasta bake before we mix everything in together. This is going to ensure that we have an equal distribution of flavors throughout the whole dish. Per pound of pasta, you're going to want about 1.5 cups of liquid, and you can do that with any variation of either shrimp stock, vegetable stock, or milk, or any combination of those put together. I now have everything ready for my pasta bake except for my salmon and my shrimp. But that's okay because I'm going to be cooking those for dinner and I want those nice and fresh. It's the leftovers that we're going to use to finish off this pasta bake. I've separated out the pasta that I need for my side dish with dinner, the same with my broccoli. Now I'm going to combine these ingredients together and just let it sit and marinate. Let the flavors come together as we make this dinner. You've put all this hard work into this wonderful dinner and your pasta bake for your guests tomorrow. Don't forget to oil your pan or it's all going to stick. That will ensure that every bite comes out because trust me, you are going to want to eat every single bite of this, even the glass. We have everything almost ready to go. Now we want to sear our salmon, cook our shrimp, and reheat our broccoli to go with the dinner. Make sure you only salt your salmon just before it goes in the pan. If not, it's going to draw out too much moisture and prevent you from getting a nice sear. Fresh ground pepper is very important also. Be careful when you sear your fish. Make sure you always lay the fish down away from you. You hear that? That's pure happiness. I've cooked my salmon for about 4 minutes on the first side. I'm now going to flip it over and start my shrimp. I'll add just enough oil to coat the bottom of the pan and then very carefully add my shrimp. My shrimp are about halfway cooked, so now I'm going to add my cup of orange juice. I'm going to increase my heat to medium-high. Into my small saute pan of boiling water, I'm going to add 2 portions of broccoli, just enough to go with dinner. As your broccoli is heating, keep your shrimp turned in the orange juice to make sure they get cooked all the way. Once they're finished, we're going to plate this up with the salmon and the broccoli, and we're going to have a delicious meal. We have the first of our 2 dishes complete. Seared salmon and orange juice steamed shrimp. It's going to be absolutely delicious. We're pairing that with steamed broccoli topped with toasted sesame seeds and a very simple pasta salad with olive oil and Parmesan. You've already prepared a very delicious and healthy meal. Now we're going to get ready to put together the pasta bake, which you can cook anytime during the next 2 days. Just don't forget to take the tails off your shrimp because crunching onto those things in the middle of a pasta bake is none too pleasing. Before you put your shrimp in your pasta bake, make sure you give them a few rough chops with a knife. This is going to help distribute those jumbo shrimp throughout the entire pasta bake. Since you've cooked your salmon to perfection, you can simply crumble it by hand on top of your pasta bake. We're going to finish that by giving it a nice stir to incorporate all the ingredients. Then we're going to top it with goat cheese, pop it in a 375-degree oven, and cook it for about 25 or 30 minutes. I love a little cheese on cheese action. Through the magic of television, this is 2 days from now, popping it in the oven for 35 minutes. Excellent. I hope you've enjoyed episode 3 of Simply Done Cuisine. In less than an hour, we've made a wonderful salmon dish, and we've prepared a seafood pasta bake for your guests tomorrow night. Join us next week. See you then.
Well, good morning, Captain. Good morning to you, shine. Well, do you need a new mule skinner? Out on your new mud line. Hey, 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 we're gonna do a little bit of the mule skinner blues. Well, I smell your bread a-burning. Woman, go and turn your damper down. Turn it down. If you ain't got no damper. Woman, go and turn your bread around. It's a getting brown. Hey, 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 we're gonna do a little bit of the mule skinner blues. Well, I'm going to town, honey. want me to bring you back. Bring me a pint of cold hard booze and a John B. Stetson hat. Hey, 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 we're gonna do a little bit of the mule skinner blues. Hey there, little water boy, get your butt up off of the ground. Dip that bucket of water, son, Lord, bring that bucket round. If you don't like your job,